0328 firmware for the Novo 7 Venus tablet is the most stable that's available right now. Ainol has come out with 2 beta releases of the 4.2.2. First they came out with the 0407 release, and that's actually what I have installed on my tablet right now. And there are some issues with it, without a doubt. If you're using the HDMI out, that's inverted, and I forget what the other issues are. I've noticed some performance things with mostly in the browsers. Other people have an issue with just overall performance of the 0407. Then they came out with 10 days later the 0417 release, beta release, and that one seems to have even more issues. The most common complaint being that it's no longer rooted, and it seems to be some other issues with that. So I haven't installed that, nor do I. As of today, I don't have any intention of installing the 0417 because of everything I read about it. So I'll show you some of the issues I've had with the 0407 release here. Okay, the first issue I'm going to demonstrate here is the lock screen widget. When I first installed the 0407, I was able to add a lock screen widget. You just scroll to the right, there would be a plus sign, you tap on the plus sign, and then you could go select whatever lock screen widget you wanted to add. As you can see here, that feature seemed to be removed for whatever reason. So that's disappointing. I had reflashed my tablet with the 0407, and that's when I lost the ability to add lock screen widgets. So I may go back and reflash for a third time with the same 0407 beta to see if it restores the ability to add a lock screen widget. I'm not sure what happened, since it did work properly after the first time I flashed my tablet with that version. The next problem I want to demonstrate has been mentioned not only by myself but others, is Netflix. You can see here I've launched Netflix. It loads as normal. Everything looks normal once it loads up. You'll get your menu of different videos and movies. So let's go ahead and select one. Let's do Raising Arizona, a classic. We'll tap to play that. Screen goes to here where it's loading, and that loading screen will stay there as long as you want it to. It never streams the movie. So this was something that was broken with the 0407 version, and that didn't work the first time I flashed, and it didn't work the second time I reflashed it with the 0407. So hopefully this will be fixed in a future release. And then the third issue is the Daydream feature that was introduced with the 4.2.2. This is basically a feature. Oh no, this is a HDMI output. I want to show you the problem. Basically, HDMI is inverted. Okay, finally we'll take a look at the Daydream feature. Again, this is a feature that initially worked when I first flashed my tablet with the 0407 beta firmware. But after I reflashed it to try to correct some other issues, then all of a sudden the Daydream feature kind of halfway works. Basically, Daydream, once you select it here and select what you want to daydream, here I'm going to hit Start Now. And this basically is a test of how the Daydream worked. I'm using the application called Currents, so that when the tablet goes to sleep and it's plugged into to be charging, it should automatically launch whatever application, app, or Daydream feature that you've selected there in your settings. This no longer works for me, other than going directly into settings and Daydream and activating it there. It doesn't automatically come on like it's supposed to when the tablet is just sitting there plugged in. So maybe a third reflash will fix this also. So I just wanted to update you on the things that I found out regarding the 0407 and the 0417 beta releases of the firmware, and just illustrate a couple of the issues that I've had or I've heard about. Since there was a 10-day period between the 0407 and the 0417 release, maybe we can be hopeful that a new beta release is just around the corner that addresses some of these issues. I'm sure you're enjoying your tablet as much as I am, but it's always nice to have new features and brought about by a firmware release. So we can cross our fingers and hang in there.